1.6 million people participated in demonstrations in America. The protests were at their peak on June 6, 2020, when 500,000 people raised their voices in nearly 550 places across the United States. According to scholars and crowd-counting experts, that kind of turnout made the protest the largest movement in the country's history. George's death was an inflection point. The Black Lives Matter movement, which had already taken root in several cities and communities around the country, forced Americans from coast to coast to say enough is enough to police brutality. The march was planned for August 28th, 57 years to the day, when in 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. famously delivered his I Have a Dream speech. As I made my way to the podium on that hot summer day, an older black man caught my eye. He wore an original button from the original 1963 march on the lapel of his lightweight jacket. "Rev," he shouted, waving me over. I approached him. We talked a bit, and he told me that he'd attended Dr. King's march and came to stand in solidarity with the new generation of change makers. "The march ain't over," he said. "No justice, no peace," I said. He nodded, turned, and disappeared into an audience 200,000 strong. I didn't catch his name, but this man was on my mind as I took my place at the podium, literally standing on the same marble step where King had called out the infirmities that plagued Black Americans 57 years ago, addressing the unspeakable horrors of police brutality, voter suppression, and Jim Crow, among other indignities. It didn't go unnoticed by me, nor others, that only a few hours earlier, and just 1 mile away, President Donald Trump had stood on the south lawn of the White House to condemn us. In his mind, we were agitators, bent on destroying the American way of life. To my way of thinking, we didn't come to start trouble. I said as much in my speech, my voice echoing on the loudspeakers. "We came to stop trouble," I said. "You act like it's no trouble to shoot us in the back. You act like it's no trouble to put a chokehold on us while we scream, 'I can't breathe,' 11 times. Mr. Trump, look right down the block from the White House. We've come to Washington by the thousands." The sound of the cheering crowd was like that of a roaring ocean, powerful. If we were troublemakers, then we were of the righteous sort, fighting the good fight and demanding a new national reckoning with hate, bigotry, systemic racism, and police brutality. Despite our nonviolent show of force, I couldn't rid myself of the feeling that we were on shaky ground. A worrying presidential election loomed only 3 months away. The pandemic had upended life as we knew it. Hate crimes were up, and Americans were coming to terms with the fact that our policing system was fundamentally flawed. In my previous book, Rise Up, I wrote that our country was at a crossroads. Standing at the base of the Lincoln Memorial, it felt as if America was cleaved in two, Republicans and Democrats divided, the very soul of the country struggling to survive. When I raised my face and looked out among the thousands of masked attendees, something inside me shifted, however, and my frustration dissipated.